What if I told you that one single construction project on Earth could generate more electricity than entire countries? That a computer built in secret could solve problems 1,000,000,000,000 times faster than anything humanity has ever created? And that space, oceans, and even rivers crossing international borders are now part of one nation's long-term strategy. In 2025, China didn't just build projects. It redrew the limits of engineering, science, and power. Today, you're about to see the top 5 most mind-blowing Chinese projects of 2025, ranked not by hype, but by scale, impact, and how much they could reshape the future. And trust me, number 1 is so massive, it's already changing geopolitics before it's even finished. Let's start with number 5. Number 5, Tianwen-2, China's asteroid and comet sample return mission. In May 2025, China quietly joined one of the rarest clubs in space exploration. With the launch of Tianwen-2, China sent a spacecraft not just beyond Earth, not just to orbit an asteroid, but to touch it, collect samples, and bring them back home. Only 2 nations had ever done this before. Tianwen-2 lifted off on May 29, 2025, beginning a journey to a strange near-Earth asteroid called Kamo'olawa, a rocky body that behaves like a mini-moon trapped by Earth's gravity. This is not a flyby mission. This spacecraft must match the asteroid's rotation, descend in near-zero gravity, collect material without bouncing back into space, and then safely return those samples to Earth in a sealed capsule. And that's only phase 1. After delivering the samples in 2027, Tianwen-2 will slingshot itself deeper into the solar system to study Comet 311P, a mission that could last until the 2030s. Why does this matter? Because asteroid and comet samples are time capsules, untouched material from the birth of the solar system. They can tell us how planets formed, where water came from, and possibly how life began. For China, Tianwen-2 is more than science. It's proof of deep space autonomy, long-duration mission planning, and precision navigation. Skills only the most advanced space powers possess. And yet, compared to what comes next, this is just the beginning. Number 4, Fujian aircraft carrier, electromagnetic power at sea. In November 2025, China officially commissioned the Fujian, an aircraft carrier that marks a turning point in modern naval warfare. At first glance, it looks like a massive ship, but the real revolution is hidden beneath the deck. The Fujian is China's first aircraft carrier equipped with electromagnetic catapult launch systems, the same cutting-edge technology used on the most advanced U.S. carriers. Instead of launching jets with ski jumps, electromagnetic catapults allow aircraft to take off heavier, faster, and with more fuel and weapons. That changes everything. It means longer range, higher sortie rates, and the ability to launch advanced aircraft like early warning planes, stealth fighters, and drones. At roughly 80,000 tons, the Fujian rivals global supercarriers in size. But more importantly, it proves China has mastered one of the most difficult engineering challenges in naval aviation, delivering enormous electrical power with extreme precision again and again in the middle of the ocean. Sea trials in 2025 successfully launched the J-15T, the J-35 stealth fighter, and the KJ-600 airborne early warning aircraft. This is not an experimental ship. This is a fully operational symbol of China's arrival as a blue water naval power. But ships still operate on Earth. What happens when China moves to dominate the sky above it? Number 3, China's LEO satellite internet constellations. In 2025, China began doing something once thought nearly impossible outside the United States. It started building a global low Earth orbit internet network. The most visible project is called Qianfan, or Thousand Sails, led by Shanghai's Space Sail program. By October 2025, over 100 satellites were already in orbit, with plans to scale into the thousands, part of a broader national push that could eventually deploy more than 10,000 satellites. This is China's answer to Starlink. These satellites orbit just a few hundred kilometers above Earth, delivering low-latency, high-speed internet to remote regions, ships, aircraft, in developing countries. But this isn't just about streaming videos faster. China has already integrated Qianfan with international aviation systems, announced partnerships across Asia, South America, and Central Asia, and tied the network directly into its Belt and Road digital infrastructure strategy. In simple terms, China is not just building internet satellites, it's building digital influence. Once a country depends on your satellites for communication, navigation, and connectivity, you become part of its critical infrastructure. And 2025 marked the moment China proved it could deploy these systems at scale. But even thousands of satellites pale in comparison to what's happening inside a laboratory. Number 2, Zhuchangji 3.0, the 105-qubit quantum computer. In early 2025, Chinese scientists announced something that sent shockwaves through the tech world. A quantum computer named Zhuchangji 3.0 had achieved quantum computational advantage, performing calculations that would take classical supercomputers longer than the age of the universe. Zhuchangji 3.0 contains 105 superconducting qubits, operating at temperatures colder than deep space, and during benchmark tests, it completed a random circuit sampling task 1 quadrillion times faster than the world's most powerful traditional computers. Let that sink in. Not faster by 10 times, not by a million, by 10 to the power of 15. This system surpassed Google's earlier quantum processor by orders of magnitude, and its results were published in Physical Review Letters, one of the most respected scientific journals in the world. Why is this so important? Because quantum computers don't just compute faster, they compute differently. They threaten current encryption, revolutionize material science, accelerate drug discovery, optimize logistics, and simulate physical systems that classical computers simply cannot. Zhuchangji 3.0 demonstrates that China is not chasing quantum leadership. It is competing at the front line. And yet, even this achievement, invisible, microscopic, and revolutionary, is overshadowed by something so large it can be seen from space. Number 1. The Yarlung-Zangbo Mo2O hydropower megaproject. In July 2025, China broke ground on what will become the largest power generation project in human history. Deep in the Himalayan gorges of Tibet, along the Yarlung-Zangbo River, the upper reaches of the Brahmaputra, China began constructing a hydropower complex unlike anything the world has ever seen. This is not one dam. It is a system of 5 massive hydroelectric stations carved into steep mountains at elevations of 3,000 to 4,000 meters, in one of the most geologically dangerous regions on Earth. The cost? 1.2 trillion yuan, approximately 167 billion US dollars. The projected output? More than 60 gigawatts of electricity. That is 3 times the capacity of the Three Gorges Dam, already the largest dam ever built. Engineers must deal with earthquakes, glaciers, extreme altitude, freezing temperatures, and violent river flows. Entire sections of the river are being diverted through kilometers of tunnels drilled through solid rock. But the engineering challenge is only part of the story. The Yarlung-Zangbo flows downstream into India and Bangladesh. Controlling this river means controlling water, energy, and seasonal flow patterns for hundreds of millions of people. That's why this project has already triggered geopolitical concern, before the first turbine has even spun. For China, the Mo2O project serves 3 strategic goals at once: massive clean energy for carbon neutrality, mastery of extreme civil engineering, long-term control over a critical transboundary river system. No other project on Earth in 2025 combines scale, risk, engineering, energy, and geopolitics like this one. That is why it ranks number 1. In 2025, China didn't just announce ambitions. It poured concrete, launched rockets, flipped switches, and rewrote limits. From quantum computers colder than space, to ships powered by electromagnetic force, to dams powerful enough to reshape continents. These projects are not about today. They are about who controls the future. And the most important question now is this: which of these will change the world the most, and which haven't we seen yet? If you want the next video breaking down China's future mega projects already planned beyond 2025, you won't want to miss what comes next.